annals of crime in any great city, there is always one case that for sheer savagery will never be forgotten. No professional criminal could ever match its fury, for it is the record of murder without reason, of fear and of terror, of a killer who strikes without warning.
This was a quiet spot.
This is the manager. You'll have to turn off that radio. The other guests are complaining. I said turn off that radio. I'll come in and do it for you.
That'll do it, Joe. We're all through, Don.
Right.
Hello, Don. Everything under control?
Just waiting for you, Pete.
Hello, Pete. Glad you're here. We're ready to move the body.
What time did it happen?
About 3 o'clock. Multiple stab wounds in the back. Here, take a look. Weapon was a long, sharp, twin-bladed object. Scissors of some kind. Remind you of anything?
Body of the waitress we found about a month ago.
That's how I figured. Probably the same guy. We should know for sure after the autopsy.
I'll wait for your call.
Okay, boys, you can wrap it up.
Any identification on the body?
Yeah, driver's license. Mrs. Alma Johnson, 286010.5 Franklin Avenue. The car's out front. It's that green Chevy.
What time was the register signed?
1:30, according to this. She signed as Mr. and Mrs. Joe Green of San Diego. The manager didn't see anyone else. He's outside when you want to talk to him.
Okay. What about the fingerprints?
They're all over the place. He's just finishing up now.
Fine. As soon as they're processed, we'll check the file. Anything else?
The usual, burnt matches, a few cigarettes.
His or hers?
Hers, unless they both wore lipstick.
Huh.
Also, I found some stuff under her nails. And here's something else.
What is it?
Looks like a piece of suit fabric, blue serge.
Get it down to the lab and tell Charlie we'll drop by as soon as we can, all right?
Right.
Where's the girl's husband?
We're trying to find him.
Fine. Now, we better send out a call to pick up every 288 and 311 we can lay our hands on. Let's go see the manager, huh?
And while the killer slept, the machinery of the law slipped into gear. They checked the fingerprints found at the scene of the crime. If the killer had ever been arrested, his prints would be on file. There was no record of them anywhere. They located the victim's husband and brought him in to identify the body. He'd been working all night and hadn't even known his wife was on the loose. Police details moved throughout the city. They picked up any man who had ever been connected with a crime similar to the murder in the motel. The suspects were taken to the identification room. They were booked, printed, and mugged. It was a mixed assortment of the mild and the defiant. That was the routine, and it went on all night. Meanwhile, in homicide, they went after the case from another angle.
That's the way I see it. The victim was attacked from the back and stabbed repeatedly in the body with a twin-bladed object like that.
It's the same man, all right. Are you sure about the type of weapon?
Sure, I'm sure. I'll show you. Here are the photographs we took last night. Notice the position and frequency of the wounds. And here are the ones we took of that waitress a month ago. The wounds are identical. In each case, they were made by a thick kind of scissors about 5 inches long.
At least he's consistent.
Anything else, Doc?
Just what you already know. Both victims were blonde and had alcohol in their systems.
Don, let's have a couple of dozen photographs of the Johnson woman made up right away. Then see how many men Brownie can lend us to canvass the bars. If they show the pictures to enough bartenders, one of them ought to come up with a lead.
Right, I'll see you back here.
Now, you better make it the lab. I want to talk to Charlie. If you get any ideas on the type of scissors, Doc, let me know.
I'll do that, Pete.
A couple of days until, of course, a square inch of fabric isn't much to go on. But it may tell us a few things.
Manufacturer?
Possibly. We can trace the mill that made the material. What makes you so positive it's from the killer suit in the first place?
I'm not positive, but we have to start somewhere. We tried to check everybody that was registered in the motel room in the past week.
And?
And what do you think? 75% of the names were phony.
Well, that's par for a motel. You wouldn't say you were playing a long shot, would you?
Now, what do you want me to do? Assign a man to every motel in town just to be sure that the guests sign their right names?
Relax. You'll put them all out of business.
Okay. What'd you find?
It's from his suit, all right. The threads match the traces of wool lint found under the dead girl's fingernails. She must have put up a pretty good fight. Take a look. Hi. Now, the main thing is the number of horizontal strands to the weave. I'd say about 80 to the inch and 100 fibers to the strand. For serge, that's pretty good.
Just saw Brownie. It's all set.
How many men is he gonna let us have?
8 tomorrow, more later if we need him.
We'll need him, all right. About this material, how much would you say it cost?
Well, it isn't cheap. Couldn't touch a suit like that for under $90 or $100.
Anything else?
Yeah, it's quite new. Very resilient. The fibers have all the bounce of a new handball. Another thing, there are no signs of cleaning fluid.
All right, so the suit's new. It'll take months to track down everybody who's bought a blue serge suit recently.
Would you like to borrow my microscope?
If you had a brand new $100 suit with a small tear in it, what would you do? Give it to the Salvation Army?
No, I'd take it to one of those French weaving places.
Don. Coffee? Don? Will you have a bulletin sent out to every shop in town that does mending and weaving? Warn them to be on the lookout for a blue serge suit with a tear in it.
I'll take care of it right away.
Good morning, Mr. Martin.
Hi, Carmelita.
See my hospital?
Well, who's it for?
Maria.
What happened to her?
Oh, we're playing and she broke her neck. Can you fix it, Mr. Martin?
Well, I think so. There, she's as good as new. Hey, what are you doing with that package?
What's in it? Let me see, please. Hey, my doll's broken again.
Hello, Carl. How are you?
Hi, Fred. Say, listen, do you think you can put a coupling on the end of this for me?
Sure. Anything else today?
Oh, I need a couple 100-pound sacks of Vigoro.
Mm-hmm.
And about 10 pounds of clover seed.
Okay.
Who's the girl?
Well, that's my daughter, Jane. She came down from Fresno to live with me. I think I mentioned her to you.
Oh. Is she gonna be here long?
Only till her husband gets back. He's been sent overseas.
Dad? You're waiting on the phone.
Okay, honey. Jane, this is Carl Martin.
Hello, Carl.
How do you do?
Here, let me help you.
Within 6 hours of the murder, the killer was back tending flowers as part of his normal daily routine. At the same time, homicide was working on the one good remaining lead, the torn blue suit. Skilled detectives canvassed every tailor shop in town. On the bulletin they left with each tailor was all the information plus a central police number. The plan was simple. If the suit were brought in for repair, the trap could be sprung within the quarter hour. The next move was up to the killer.